Next up, we have Myles Bullen playing a couple of songs from his new album, Suitcase of Sexuality, as well as Still Be Friends. So take it away, Myles.
Hey, shining, shining, yeah. Finding the corners of this room, expanding outside of who I've been. Taking a sledgehammer through those walls, I let some sunshine in. My hands are dirty and callous, my nails are painted in glitter. Built up walls of resentment, that's where all my guilt lingers. Masculine expectations, I never met them. Nervous and anxious, uncomfortable constantly. Conversations with my dad, asking if I'm a fag or just looking like this to piss him off. The smile on my mom's face when she finds out I like girls when I turn 13. Sexuality's been tabooed in silence with tattoos and violence. Admiring innocence, desiring gentle touch, to be hugged from the people I love. That hug that could always last a little longer. But toughen up, boy, be stronger. Super silly me, never taught vulnerability. Wish they told me to shoot for the stars. My heroes were shooting up in the backs of cars. Now I wish upon a star to be without expectation, without be a man. Ringing in my ears, man, I hate this. Shining, shining, shine in. Finding the corners of this room, expanding outside of who I've been. Taking a sledgehammer through those walls, I let some sunshine in. Suitcase, modern vintage, covered in band stickers, packed floor, pattern dresses that grandma wore. Suitcase, never ending, gender bending, packed dad's mud covered boots, conversations, wish I had more. Feeling jealous and poor, feeling hella support through this identity war. I seek peace through the things I can see through. A beta fish swim in circles, I still need you to feed me. Flakes of feeling, find enough to finish up my day. Endless eye contact as I sway with strangers while contra dancing. I promenade, I balance and swing. Alice when asleep, I count psychedelic sheep in organic cotton sheets. See me open up my suitcase of sexuality that's packed with misunderstanding, misleading mistletoes, missing out, Mr. Mrs. Misogyny, mistakes, misplaced, miscellaneous faith, and no God to speak. Shining, shining, shine in. Finding the corners of this room, expanding outside of who I've been. Taking a sledgehammer through those walls, I let some sunshine in. I let some sunshine in, shine in. I let some sunshine in. I let some sunshine in, shine in. I let some sunshine in. Welcome to hell. Hello, hi there. Earthquakes kill the silence quick. Snowflakes are on fire. Shit! Climate change is real, really. Shit is changing. Animals keep dying. This world is filled with hatred. I'm hella frustrated, but I still think we'll make it, 'cause our friendship is sacred. When this whole world burns, we'll still be friends. Whole world burns, we'll still be friends. When this whole world burns, we'll still be friends. Whole world burns, we'll still be friends. We learn from each other. When we struggle with our mental health, we'll turn to each other. We learn from each other. When we struggle with our mental health, we'll turn to each other. No change in political climate. Those fucks will keep lying, climbing. As long as the wealthy get paid, they all stay quiet. And after everyone dies, then who will be clients? See the sickness supersized, extra large, read the fine print. Assassins on assignment. No surprise, there's a virus. Like what a president. Intelligent deficit, unapologetically ignorant. And so much selfishness, anxiety climbing. It's at its highest stress. Like Mrs. Puff when SpongeBob take the driving test. And I'm not proud of this. Isolation, quarantine, see sunlight and vitamins. Tragic and romantic at the same time, I guess. Hope my last kiss isn't with this apocalypse. When this whole world burns, we'll still be friends. Whole world burns, we'll still be friends. When this whole world burns, we'll still be friends. Whole world burns, we'll still be friends. We learn from each other. When we struggle with our mental health, we'll turn to each other. We learn from each other. When we struggle with our mental health, we'll turn to each other. Tragic and romantic at the same time, I guess. Hope my last kiss isn't with this apocalypse.
I don't fret when it's rainy and wet, or sizzling hot and dry. My jacket keeps the weather out and freshness in. Here's why.
Have you ever looked at the cellophane seal on a pack of cigarettes? Well, probably your eyes can't tell the difference between one seal and another. But the makers of Lucky Strike take special care to see that every pack of Luckies is extra tightly sealed, because that's what keeps the cigarettes inside fresher tasting. Now, here's how the American Tobacco Company, as one of its many quality controls, tests the seals of Luckies to make sure they are extra tight. This is Ruth Thompson, an examiner in the Lucky Strike manufacturing plant. Ruth takes packs of Luckies right from the production line. She cuts the cellophane wraps in half and removes them. She puts each half, open and down, in a pan of mercury. Then both halves are tested separately under air pressure to measure their air tightness. Maybe you think that's a lot of fuss to make over a cellophane seal. But the makers of Luckies know it's worth it. For when you take fine tobacco in a better-made cigarette and safeguard the better taste of that cigarette by sealing in its freshness, you're going to have a better-tasting smoke. After all, smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. And the fact of the matter is, Luckies taste better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. See for yourself. Be happy. Go Lucky.
Hey, everybody. We're right back here with Myles Bullen. Good to see you, Myles. How you doing?
Hi, Luigi.
Hey. So we just heard a couple of songs from Myles. One of them was called what was tell us that. You tell us. Yeah.
Suitcase of Sexuality.
Suitcase of Sexuality, and then the second.
And Still Be Friends.
And Still Be Friends. Okay.
Yeah.
And those are, you have a new EP coming up or a new album? Or,
yeah. Still Be Friends is on my new record coming out.
Okay, the new record coming. Is there a time frame about that record coming out sometime in?
Yeah, February 4th.
February 4th.
Maybe.
Let's talk a little bit about kind of what's been going on with you. I know you've had a few interesting things recently.
Yeah, interesting things. Well, today I ate a bagel.
Yeah. Well, you had wanted to talk about your dog.
Oh, my dog,
right.
Finn.
Yes.
I love my dog. So I have this dog, and he's really shy, and he doesn't like people right away. You know, he's a little like off. You know, he's like doesn't trust people right away.
Rescue dog?
Yeah, rescue dog.
I
And
see.
but recently I've been bringing him to shows.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
for a dog who has like a lot of social anxiety, you'd think it would be really hard for him.
Right.
But I'm learning that he actually is growing so much because of it. Like,
Okay.
I feel like going to shows has become a thing that he actually enjoys, interacting with more people and like being in that environment. So that's been exciting for me.
So he was he stressed out at the beginning, you know, being
Yeah.
around crowds.
I think just like 90% of his life is being stressed out. He's just kind of always a little anxious
Right.
around anything new, any new changes, any new people or new environments, or when you go from sitting to standing, you know, all types of things.
Right, he's on guard. I was a dog walker for a bit of time at the Animal Refuge League.
Cool.
Though the dogs are very, I mean, a lot of them are very stressed out.
Yeah.
And how old was he when you got him?
Well, my partner got him when he was like a puppy, like just like less than a year old.
So he hadn't had a lot of
Yeah.
trauma yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, I mean,
but he
that's
was born
dependent.
in kind of a kennel, so he was like in a cage, you know.
In a cage, right?
Yeah.
In and of itself.
Yeah,
right.
pulled from your family, you know, all these things.
Exactly. What type of breed is it?
Oh, we don't really know exactly, but he's somewhere between like a black lab and maybe like a Great Dane.
Okay.
He's a big dog.
Big dog.
You know, he's the big spoon
Right.
in the relationship of cuddling.
Right. When you're spooning with the dog, he's
Yeah,
the big spoon.
He's the big spoon.
You're the little spoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Now, yeah, go ahead.
I love him though.
So you also, we had talked before a little bit. You also talked about your love of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Okay. And I see you have the colors of. Isn't that kind of close to Winnie the Pooh colors?
Yeah.
It might be more orange than yellow.
Unrelated, but yeah.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh's been definitely it's been a thing I've been thinking about a lot, like the different archetypes of the characters, right?
Okay.
So Pooh kind of has this very spontaneous, in the moment playfulness to him, but also this like unawareness, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. This kind of like ignorance,
Right.
Ignorant bliss,
Right.
but always thinking about his friends. You know, he's always trying to get together with his friends and go on adventures and help his friends. So he's kind of a community-led being in the story of Winnie the Pooh. And his friend Piglet is very anxious and scared, much like my dog Finn, right?
Yes.
Piglet is indecisive, right? A lot of like insecurity, not knowing what to do, kind of going by Pooh's lead, never really trusting their gut. But because Piglet is a very small animal, Piglet is able to become very brave and courageous in the stories. So Piglet becomes one of the most important characters in the Winnie the Pooh universe. So even though shy and scared and small feeling most of the time, but because they had to live with that adversity, they end up being the bravest, most courageous character of all.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so my new record kind of touches on that with Morning Travels, because it's about grieving. It's about feeling really small and afraid and not knowing what's coming next with your emotions. And so it's about losing people and about feeling like a very small animal and still continuing on in the journey, being comforted by friends.
Like a metamorphosis.
Yeah, like a metamorphosis.
Interesting. So Myles, we won't take too long here. What tell the audience again what the album is, when to look for it, where to find it, where your website is, everything, social media, all of it.
Yeah, my album is called Morning Travels, but the sad kind of morning, you know? And you can find it at fake4.bandcamp, because this small independent label, Fake4, is putting the record out for me. So Fake4 is putting it out, and you can find it everywhere. Yeah.
Look for it everywhere.
Thank you, Luigi.
Thanks a lot, Myles. We'll be right back. Thanks.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around, when there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire. Keeps on going. Next time, give her a second chance.
Hey everybody, we're back here with Angelikah and friends, and they're going to be playing a couple songs for us called Getaway as well as In My Coffin. So get to it. Thanks a lot.
Fire's burning on tonight, and I can't describe the motto to reach my mind. Fire opens up this heart tonight. Can't describe the rise that's on my mind. No joke, don't blink. What's life both could find a getaway. You, baby, you could see my heart. Where we both could find a getaway. On our days will never go to waste. You, baby, you could see my heart. Fire's burning on tonight. Try to find the nectar to stabilize. Ooh, I ain't far away. On the brink of my own surprise. Oh, don't joke, don't blink. Why is life so serious? And yes, don't joke, my mind can't figure out why I'm so blind. Yeah, oh, find a place that we can get away, where we both can find a getaway. You, baby, you could see my heart. Where we both can find a getaway. All our days will never go to waste. You, baby, you could see my heart. I decided you could see my heart. Oh, baby, you could see my heart. Ooh, ooh, oh, baby. In my coffin, I'm a fool for you. No matter what I must say, I do. In and out of my own beating mind. In my coffin, I'm a fool for you. No matter what I must say, I do. In and out of my own beating mind. Coming to wipe away, see the way. I'm not coming back. Oh, out of my mind, can't describe all the moments. My soul, my heart's an altercation. I can feel the patience wane. Hearts in the vicinities, and you can feel the memories that you cared about. My hard for me to describe. Oh, my heart's an altercation. I can feel the patience wane. Hearts in the vicinities, and you can feel the memories that you cared about. My hard for me to describe. Oh, my mind. do, in and out of my own beating mind. In and out of my own beat. In and out of my own beat. In and out of my own beating mind.
The family gathers, new babies here, and great-grandmother knows it's clear that it wouldn't be home without Helen.
At times like this, family traditions are important, like Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. It's the best, the one you depend on to make all their favorite foods taste terrific.
Everything was great, Grandma. It wouldn't be home without Helen.
Hey, I'm right here back with Angelikah. Is it just Angelikah?
Angelikah.
And just Angelikah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Angelikah.
Good to see you too.
Thank you for the songs.
Well, thank you
Sure.
for having us.
Sure. So you have a new album coming up.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah. So right now we're working on singles. It's going to be a whole project. So the first song that you heard, Getaway, is actually going to come up after the last song you heard, which is In My Coffin, which we're currently working on. Super excited to release that.
And those are both coming up. Do you have a kind of a release date that you're thinking?
Nope, I have no
All right, yeah.
idea, but it's in the works with a music video, so I would say stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And just before we get to anything else, is there social media, ways to find you online?
Yes, Instagram at Angelikah Fahray, Fahray. Same thing with YouTube, TikTok. I'm struggling on that one.
Yeah, I think we all are a little bit, right? But do you do a couple of TikToks here and there?
I try, but like, nobody likes my stuff.
Tell us a little bit about yourself growing up. You grew up in Portland.
I grew up in Portland,
Yep.
born and raised in Portland, Maine, then moved to Falmouth where I continued my growth, and now I'm here. I mean, I've had a pretty simple life. I went to SMCC to be a nurse for like 2.5 years, and then I was like, screw it, I'm going to do music.
Yeah, exactly. You just decided to do something totally different.
Yeah.
So growing up, were you musical? Was that something you were doing for a long time?
I was always interested in music. I grew up in like an artsy family. My dad was a performer. He danced all around the state, and he traveled. And there was always parties at my apartment. We listened to so much music, and yeah, I just remember looking on the TV, seeing Whitney Houston performing in front of like a huge crowd, and I was like, oh my God, I want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And is there a type of style of dancing that he did? Or?
He's from the Congo, so he did Congolese dance.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. All right. So are you like a second generation from, because he was from the Congo? I don't know if it's first generation.
I think it's first generation.
Yep.
Yeah, my parents are from Africa. So they came here. I was born here, so.
So he was a dancer. Did you start out playing piano or singing or?
I started out dancing, surprisingly enough. I need to incorporate a little bit more of that, but I would say I was a huge fan of the Jonas Brothers when in my teens, and they inspired me to pick up the guitar and start playing it.
What would be the dream thing that you could do for a performance?
I'd want to perform at, which, you know, I haven't really thought about this, but I've definitely always wanted to go to the Grammys for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Right. Yeah, that would be a fun performance, I think, wouldn't
That'd
it?
be epic.
Yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
so epic. Oh my God.
So Angelikah, and look for your stuff coming out, and give the audience one more chance to remember all of the website and everything
Yes,
else.
so Angelikah.com is going to be coming out soon. You can find me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I do have a Facebook. I'm not super active on there, but I'm there for the old folks if you need me.
Old folks are important too. Thank you very much, Angelikah. I appreciate it.